Welcome back to the Igniting Curiosity in Life Science. So today we'll discuss one more topic, that is water in the life processes, that is water transportation in plants and the animals. Okay. So just like cities need roads and pipelines, okay, to move people and goods like that, even living organisms also need transport system, okay, to move food, water and oxygen, okay. In this video, we will explore how both plants and animals transport essential substances to every cell, okay, in a simple and visual way, right? So, transportation in plants and the animals. So, um, why do plants need a transport system? So, plants need to move what? The food and the water molecule, right? So, water and minerals mainly from the roots to the leaves, okay, it is mainly transported. It should transport, right? And food in the form of a glucose, okay, from leaves to all parts of the plant. So water and mineral transportation mainly occurs in one direction, whereas the food translocation occurs in both the direction, that is what the upward as well as the downward direction, right? So in this transportation system in the plant, so we will first study what the function of a xylem. So as you know that the xylem tissue, it is mainly transports what the water molecule, okay, and mainly it is made up of vessels and the tracheids, okay. These are the specialized the things what it is mainly present in the xylem, that is what the vessels and the tracheids, okay, tissues. This carries water and the minerals from roots to the stems and finally to the leaves, right? So it works through transpiration pull. So what is that? Water evaporates from the leaf surface, right? And again it pulls more water upward, okay. That is what we can call it as what the transpiration pull, right? And what is the key term, that is what a transpiration occurs in this. What is that transpiration? That is nothing but what a loss of water vapor through the stomata, okay. How the leaves how the leaf surface, on the leaf surface water is going to be evaporated by the action of a stomata, okay. And this is what all about the xylem. So whereas in case of the phloem, okay, what is the main function of the tissue phloem? It transport what the food molecule, right? So mainly it is made up of a sieve tubes and the companion cells, okay. It just make sure the difference between the xylem tissues, okay, and the phloem. So in the xylem, vessels and the tracheids are present, whereas in case of the phloem, okay, sieve tubes and the companion cells are present. So in the phloem, what happens? It is mainly made up of a sieve tubes and the companion cells. What it carries mean the food material, that is what the sucrose, okay, from leaves, because from the leaves only the photosynthesis process occurs, okay. There what the food material is going to be produced in the form of a sucrose, okay. That is what transported to all the parts of the plant including the roots. That's why the phloem, that is what the food transporter occurs, okay, both the direction, upward and the downward direction, okay. And it works in both the direction, as I said, okay. This process is called as what? The translocation, okay. Translocation is nothing but what? The food transportation, okay, from to both the direction. Then coming to the, this is what a simple translocation or transportation occurs in case of the plants, okay. Simple xylem and phloem, how it is going to what are the main elements which are there in the xylem and the phloem, and how the process occurs. Whereas in case of the plants, what happens? The transport system, only two are there. Xylem, which transports what the water and the minerals, that is only one direction, upward direction, and it is a type of a process like a passive, because no energy is needed, okay. Whereas in case of the phloem, what happens? The material is transported, the water, the food, okay, and direction, both the direction, okay, upward as well as the downward direction. And type of process is a active. Why? Because it uses ATP or energy during the food transportation from top to down and down to top, right, in both the direction. So this is what all about a simple mechanism of a transportation in a case of the plants, right? Whereas in case of the animals, how the transportation occurs and why is a transport system needed in case of the animals. So animals have a complex bodies, okay, every cell needs water, oxygen and nutrients, okay, and must get rid of what the waste which are mainly produced in the cell, right? So human circulatory system, mainly it is having what in this transportation system in the animals, what we are going to study human circulatory system, the heart structure and double circulation, okay. Let's see one by one. So the human circulatory system, mainly it is consists of water, the heart, okay, blood vessels and the what, blood, okay. Heart, it pumps the blood and blood vessels, arteries, veins and the capillaries, okay, and blood, what, the transport fluid, okay. And so the structure of a heart, as you know that the human heart or the larger animals heart having the 4 chambers, okay, right atrium and ventricle that carry what, the deoxygenated blood, right. In the picture also you can see that, okay, right atrium and the right ventricle, okay, it carries what, the deoxygenated blood, and left atrium and the left ventricle, it carry what, the oxygenated blood, okay. And valves are also present, it prevent what, the backflow of a blood towards and again towards what, the heart, okay. And the double circulation, so this is what all about the structure of a heart. So heart, it is having the 4 valves, okay, right atrium and the right ventricle, it carries what, the deoxygenated blood, and left atrium and left ventricle, it carries what, the oxygenated blood. So next move on to what, the double circulation. So what is that? Double circulation is nothing but what, blood passes through the heart twice during one complete cycle. So in the first what happens in the first stage, right side, okay, the right side to the lungs and what, the oxygenation occurs, okay. And in the second, what happens, the left side towards body, that delivers what, the oxygen, right. It ensures what, the efficient oxygen supply to the body, right. And as you know that along with the RBCs, okay, even the oxygen is also transported from one part of a or one organ to the another or throughout the body, right. And blood components, so what are the blood components are there? So RBCs, that is what, the red blood cells, okay, WBCs, white blood cells, and the platelets as well as the plasma. So RBCs, it is called as what is the main function of RBCs? It carry oxygen using what, the hemoglobin, right. And WBC, as these are white blood cells, what is the main function of WBC? It fight against the infections, okay. And platelets, so what is the main function of that? Helps in blood clotting, okay. Whenever you cut or any injury occurs, okay, after a few minutes or few seconds, okay, the blood will stop, okay, the blood flow will stop. Why? Because of the presence of a platelets, okay. And next is the plasma. So these transports nutrients, hormones and wastes, okay. That is what the main function of a plasma. These are straw colored liquid where the other components float in, that is what a transportation of a nutrients, even hormones, okay, as well as the waste from the cell or from the body, right. And this is what all about the blood components. And next is what the blood vessels. So blood vessels are also present. That is what are arteries, capillaries and the veins. So arteries are carry blood away from the heart. Okay, and it is, what is the main feature of that arteries? These are having the thick walls and no valves are present. Okay, and veins, next is the capillaries. So capillaries are carry blood to the heart, right? Blood, it connect what the arteries and the veins. Okay, and what is the main function of that? Exchange gases or the nutrients. Okay, that is what the main function of a capillaries. And next is what the veins. So vein carry blood to the heart. Okay, and these are having thin walls and valves are also present in this. Okay, as you can see that the picture. Okay, arteries, capillary and the vein, right? Okay, next we'll move on to the circulation in other animals. So this is what all about the circulation in case of humans, okay, or the in a higher animals. Whereas these humans or the higher animals are having 4 chambered, and almost all these are what the blood components. Okay, these are all what present in almost all the higher animals. Okay, double circulation, heart structure. Okay, the circulatory system, overall the circulatory system. Whereas in case of the other animals, so what is the circulation system or the structure of a heart present? So in case of the fishes, okay, these are single circulation occurs, only 2 chambered heart is present in the fishes. Whereas in case of the frog, okay, 3 chambered heart is present in case of a frog. And humans, or what the higher animals, these are having the 4 chambered heart. Okay, so next, this is what all about the circulation in case of a plants as well as in case of the animals. Okay, let's next move on to the summary. So in plants having very simple type of a transportation system, that is the presence of only 2 types of the tissues. Okay, xylem and the phloem. Xylem, it carries water and the minerals only upward direction, one direction, whereas in case of the phloem, food, it transports what the food, that is in both the direction. Okay, whereas in case of the animals, what happens? So many as the animals are the higher organisms. Okay, these are having the complex structure of the circulatory system or the transportation system. So heart, blood and the vessels, okay, it transport oxygen, food and the waste. Okay, as and also what the double circulation occurs. What is the meaning of double circulation? Heart pumps blood twice in one cycle, right? So this is what all about the today's concept. Okay, transportation in case of plants and the animals. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more and more biology videos. So see you in the next video. Thank you. Keep supporting. Thank you so much.